106 miles to Chicago. We got a full tank of gas, half a pack of cigarettes. It's dark, and we're wearing sunglasses. Hit it.
Bartender knows what we want. We're a regular, everyday, 2-for-1 family, keeping each other from thinking too much. Someone's always buying if you ain't got money, 'cause everyone needs drinking buddies.
Hi everyone, welcome to C&D's Booze Reviews, the #1 podcast in Greenwood County. It's so great for you guys to be back here and listening to this podcast.
Yeah. Welcome everybody, C&D's Booze Reviews, episode 21. If you're watching the video, you'll notice that we have, some would say maybe an orphan.
Yeah.
We have our first ever in-person special guest.
In studio, baby.
Yeah, Brandon Winfrey. Brandon, thanks for coming.
Thank you guys for having me. What's up, everybody? How's it going?
So,
This is going to be awesome.
This is kind of an impromptu thing. Wasn't necessarily planned, but let's talk about the circumstances. The circumstances were, it's Sunday.
Yes.
We were all together for the Chiefs game.
Yep.
And I think they won, didn't they?
Oh, yeah, we're going back to the fucking
yeah,
Super Bowl, baby.
So we were all together, and we thought, why not?
Yeah, why not?
Why not? We do have a movie to talk about. We are gonna talk about it, but
Yeah.
before we get really into the movie, I've been talking about for the past couple weeks. I was gonna wear the sauna suit
Yeah, you finally did, man.
that you got me for Christmas.
Yeah, I can't wait to see how much you sweat.
I got it on.
You're gonna be perspirating all night.
Yeah, I know. I got it on. And then before we get too crazy, I have a gift for you.
Oh, okay. All right.
Drum roll.
Oh shit, guys! For those of you listening, he made a puzzle of Star Wars. It has Vader, Luke, Leia, Obi-Wan, Han, Chewie. This is sick, dude.
I figured you could hang it up behind your
Yeah, right.
yeah back there.
Perfect.
So here's the deal. My wife has been very adamant that I share this information. I did probably 6% of that puzzle.
A little colorblind.
I got
hurting you?
I got the outline done, and then I took it home. I bought this mat that you can, do the puzzle on top of it, then you roll it up, and you can transport it.
Uh-huh.
And I bought that mat, and I took it home, and I put it on the table, and I got very frustrated with it because I'm not very good at colors. Wish I was. I'm not.
Well.
So she basically did the whole thing.
God bless you.
I, however, glued it and put it in the frame. So,
Well, you did your part.
Team effort.
Yeah.
But, so Shaylee made that. I thought it would be, since you're such a Star Wars nerd, I thought it'd be,
Yeah, big shout out.
really cool to have up here. But, all right, episode 21. This week's episode, it was my week to pick. Initially, I had a certain movie picked out.
Yeah.
But last week, Chase hit us with Killers of the Flower Moon. It was a Leo movie.
Yeah, man.
And it got me to thinking about some Leonardo DiCaprio movies. And, we went back and forth on it this week on whether or not we should do it. But we said, screw it, and we did The Revenant.
Yeah. Fair warning, I actually had some things come up, so I wasn't actually able to watch the movie. Well, rewatch the movie. I've already seen it before, so I should still be okay. We'll see.
Well, so, this is going to be one of those episodes where we have had some beers throughout the night. Watching football. We're gonna try to have a good movie review, but I think stick around because after we're done with the movie, I think that's where
we're about to
the fun part's gonna hit.
Shit.
just talking shop.
But The Revenant came out in 2015, 75% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah.
Leonardo DiCaprio did win, finally, his one and only Oscar from this movie. At this point, he had been nominated 18 times.
God damn.
and finally won.
That's rough, dude.
And finally won. And, you know, I printed out some, I don't know, I assume you are, but I'm not sure. I don't know if you're aware this is a true story,
Yeah.
which we probably need to shy away from. We keep doing true stories.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on there, but it's
Anyway,
all right.
I printed out some information about the movie and then the real story. So this movie, I'll just lay out the plot. I'm not going to read this off my shit.
Yeah.
So the movie basically follows a guy. His name is Hugh Glass. And it's
What a great name.
it's a great name. But it's the early 1820s. Okay, the American frontier is just kind of being discovered, really.
The March Out West, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so retired soldiers or just men that have been around after a certain period of time, whatever. The beaver pelt is worth gold, essentially.
That's so crazy.
The beaver pelt was worth a lot of money. It was a gold mine.
Yeah.
So this movie follows a group of men that are in search of the beaver, and they go and they trap the beaver and they do this. But in course of that, they have to battle Indians and poachers and things of the like. And Hugh Glass ends up getting completely mauled by a grizzly bear.
Yeah. Viciously mauled.
Big time. And survives. But survives to a point where he's really a liability to the group. And they leave him for dead. And he survives. And the reason that he survives, the whole plot, like that he comes back is for revenge. And this is a true story. I should disclose that while the movie did win Oscars and it was, I mean, it's really a phenomenal movie, the historical accuracy of this movie is not very good.
Gotcha.
Meaning, like, historians that watched it was like, what the fuck? This is not.
Yeah. So they did what Hollywood does and kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the reason that I picked this, like, we watched Killers of the Flower Moon last week, and it was Leo, and it was Indians, and I was like, damn, that's good. And then, like, a day after that, I was with one of our friends, and we were just chilling out on the couch, and he put on some documentary series called The American Frontier, which every episode is a documentary about a different frontiersman. And we got like 3 episodes in, and it was like, damn, I can't believe these guys went through that, or they did all this, right?
Yeah.
And then it got to this Hugh Glass story. And I saw it at the beginning. I saw the guy get mauled by a bear, and I told him, I was like, dude, they made a movie about this. Like, this is some real stuff. So a lot of my notes tonight
Yeah.
they are about the movie, but it's the contradictory area.
I see. The actual story.
Yeah. So the way the movie opens up is it opens up with an Indian attack. Like, they're collecting their beaver pelts. And I'm trying to think of the name of the Indians. I don't want to butcher it. Well, who cares?
Okay.
Starts with a K. But they come after this group of frontiersmen or whatever.
Yeah.
And a few of them survive, and they go downriver on a boat. And Hugh Glass has been hired basically as the guide, saying nobody knows this part of the area better than Hugh Glass. Nobody.
Gotcha.
That's what he's there for. So in the movie, it shows Leonardo, who plays Hugh Glass, and he has a Pawnee child, a son.
Yeah.
That's not true. That
Never happened?
No, it never happened. No.
Yeah, he's kind of like a big focal point of the movie, actually.
Massive.
Yeah.
Throughout the whole movie, his ties to the Pawnee Nation, not true. They really highlight that in the movie. Hugh Glass, historically, which I also have some notes on big old Hugh Glass here. He
That fat
had
Hugh
no
Glass.
love lost for the Indians. Had none.
Yeah.
He fought against them. Not to say that he didn't like probably certain tribes, but they tried it in this movie. They're like, oh, Hugh Glass is like this Potawatomi like synthesizer, and he had a kid with him, and he did this. That's just not true. It's just not. And in the movie, you know, you have Leonardo.
Yeah.
In real life, the dude's almost 50. Okay. They called him Old Hugh.
Yeah, I guess 50 back then is probably like ancient. Like, you know, like, people,
Yeah.
I'm sure like the average lifespan was like 30 years. I mean, you get a cut and you get like sepsis or something.
Right. Well, you got 1823. Is that what I said? Yeah, 1823. So,
God.
yeah, yeah, dude. So anyway,
Yeah.
but anyway, they paint him as this big Indian synthesizer or whatever, and that's not true. But the movie opens up with a massive Indian attack, and I don't know if you remember. I know it's been a minute since you've seen it, since you didn't get to watch it, dude. The way it is filmed is absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
Like it almost looks like it's one camera the whole time, and it's
Just
going
following
through.
the scene.
My goodness. And so the camera angles are badass, and then you get introduced to Tom Hardy's character, who plays Fitzgerald in the movie, and then there's that dumb kid. He was in We Were the Millers, and
Oh, I know who you're talking. He's in the Marvel movies now, right? Is that who you're talking about?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, he is. I think his name was damn, I didn't write it down. Hutchinson or something like that.
Yeah, it don't matter.
Okay. So anyway, they end up getting away from these Indians, okay? And they go downriver. And Hugh Glass, at this point, uninjured, says, we got to get off the river. Like, they're everywhere. Mm-hmm. And it should be noted, from a historical standpoint, like, how crazy people went over these beaver pelts.
I don't. So, like, what's the big draw of a beaver pelt?
Okay, so they would come over here.
Is it like clothing? Is that mainly
Yeah,
it?
of course. Yeah, it was absolutely clothing. But, you know, you're talking the early 1800s, right? Like, people are still coming over here on boats.
Yeah.
So, like, in this movie, you have French, you have English people, you have Irish
Yeah,
people. You have,
all sorts of people.
the beaver pelts was a great way to, you would go on, like, say, a 6-month voyage down the
yeah.
river, right? And you would trap so many pelts. And then you would bring them back, and they would send them to Europe for fancy women to make coats out of and all
gotcha.
this. And you would make a lot of money.
I see.
But the thing that I find fascinating about all this, just from a historical standpoint, is people back then were working hard to make money to survive. Okay? Which sounds like a basic concept.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, though.
We go to work, and yeah, we survive, and then we get to buy whatever the hell we want, or we get to go on a cruise, or we get to go on a vacation.
Yeah, yeah.
Not these people. No. They were working strictly to have money to send home to their families so they didn't starve to death. We will never know what that's like.
No.
Fucking bidets. Buy bidets off Amazon.
Yeah, we'll buy a bidet. Exactly. That's just not how it was then, man. Like, these people literally had to make money to survive. And they didn't get paid, mind you, until after this was done. And you might die, and you might, you know, get sick or
Yeah.
whatever. And they didn't get paid until it was all said and done, until the furs were sold.
Dude, morphine probably wasn't even invented by then.
Oh, yeah, it was.
Oh, was it? Okay.
And it was a little bit of a problem. And also, these guys that went on these voyages and these expeditions, they didn't get paid, they didn't do this, they didn't do that. Like, it was such a disaster, really. Like, historically, it was such a disaster. We decimated. I shouldn't say we, because my people didn't come over until well after.
White people.
Europeans decimated the beaver population. Like, historically, we always talk about, you know, like the buffalo population.
Oh,
and this,
yeah.
that. We decimated the beaver population.
I mean,
Dude, to the point where you would never see one. Miraculously, somehow, they have gotten so infested again that we're doing it again now. We're trying to
right on.
literally bomb these sumbitches, like kill them. But that was off topic. But anyway, so Hugh Glass, they get out of this exchange.
This battle, basically.
Yeah, and again, I think his name's Hutchinson or whatever the hell his name is. I can't remember. But he's a young kid. And what they don't show in the movie is that this kid befriends Hugh because he was a blacksmith in St. Louis, Missouri.
Okay.
And apparently back then, St. Louis was this very hot spot. Traders were coming in and out.
Yeah, it's right by the Mississippi.
Right. So he could see all this money just being transported. He said, fuck it, I'm going to do it. And he tried, and nobody gave him the time of day. You're a young kid. You're stupid. So they would go on voyages for like 3 months and leave him at camp. Like, he was not allowed. So historically, Hugh Glass was like, nah, fuck that. I'll look out for him. Like, I'll take him, right?
Gotcha.
Takes him on this voyage. They get there. Hugh is supposed to guide the whole trip. Wakes up earlier than everybody and says, I'm going to go hunting. Doesn't wake anybody up.
Yeah.
Says, I'm going to go hunting. Goes out. Gets absolutely mauled
Yeah.
by a mama grizzly bear. Fucks him up.
Dude, and we should say the scene in the movie. So I used to think, because after watching Legends of the Fall, that when I got old and feeble, I was going to go up into the Montana mountains and go fight a grizzly to death. Then I watched this movie and realized that's a stupid, stupid idea, because this thing literally just destroys him.
Yeah, well, and the scene in the movie is about 13 minutes long.
Yeah. Yeah, it's brutal,
And
dude.
it's all CGI. But this was 2015, okay?
Yeah.
It is incredible CGI.
Yeah, it's really good. And
Like, it is gnarly.
dude, you see him getting like flung around, the claw, like literally, it like flips him over at one point and just starts taking its claws and like shredding his back apart.
Slices his neck clean open.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It like, so I'm dropping an F-bomb. It fucks him up bad.
And then he thinks it's done, and he lays there and he goes, and he reaches for his rifle, and the bear's coming back, and he shoots the bear. No, sheds off the tackle, doesn't care, comes right back at him, starts fucking him up again.
Dude, Dalton's not exaggerating. Like, for 13 minutes, you watch this guy just get his ass beat down by a bear.
Which, on it, like, that scene is why Leonardo DiCaprio won an Oscar, because he is acting against nothing, essentially. Like, it's all CGI. And honestly, Leonardo doesn't have very many lines in this entire movie. His entire vernacular and everything is just.
Yeah, because after that, he's messed up for the rest of the movie.
Well, they cut his throat, so he couldn't talk very good. And this is a true story. This happened. But
Dude, people were so much tougher back then. I'm just telling you, man.
Tom Hardy's character Fitzgerald.
Yeah.
From the beginning of the movie, you already hate him. Like, he's the perfect bad guy.
Yeah, he's a kind of a conniving.
Well, he just hates, like, they'd been out there, they'd been working on these beaver pelts. They had so many.
Yeah.
You're talking so much money. And then the Indians come and kind of destroy him, and he's like, fuck that. Like, we got to get back to him. We got to, and they're not necessarily under the rule of the American army, but they kind of are. Like, it's kind of a weird, it doesn't really explain so much, because they follow chain of command, and they call him captain and major and stuff like that. But they're not in.
Well, like you said, it's like. It's
maybe
like,
a militia,
well, it's
yeah.
like you said, they were ex-soldiers, so it just makes sense that they would, basically form ranks just like they would in the army or whatever.
Yeah, but so Tom Hardy, his initial bitch in this movie is that Glass has a Pawnee son. Mm-hmm. So like I said, not true.
Gotcha.
Never fucking happened. That is furthest from the truth that ever happened. But that was kind of what built the animosity. Yeah, the tension. Because you find out later in the movie that Fitzgerald got scalped by Indians. So he has such a hatred for all Indian tribes because of what happened to him. Meanwhile, there's probably plenty of friendly tribes, but he doesn't care.
Yeah.
So anyway, Glass gets mauled by this bear. And they wrap him up and they put him on I don't know what you call a stretcher from back then, but like a sled.
Sticks, basically, and make it like a gurney is great.
And they carry him up this mountain, and they keep trying, and they're just trying to keep him alive. And he is by all accounts, dead. Like, you would think he would be dead.
He definitely should not have survived the attack he takes in this movie.
Yeah.
And in real life.
And in real life, yeah. So they carry him up this mountain. They get to a point, the Indians are hot on their heels. Oh, you opened one?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, when you open one, you got to make a big deal about it.
Oh, okay.
What? That's just what we do. I know you're new to the program. So they carry him up the hill or the mountain or whatever, and it gets to a point where the Indians are about to catch up to, like, the winter's hitting, everything's hitting, and the captain finally says, "Hey, I need 2 volunteers to stay here with him until he dies. We will keep going."
And they set like a rendezvous point,
Their camp
right?
that they're already heading to.
Yeah.
And he says, "We'll keep going." But they, at this point, expected him to maybe live 2 days at the maximum. And so in the movie, his son obviously stays. Oh, goddamn, what's his name? I didn't write it down. The young kid, the guy, he's a very influential part of this. Shit.
It's all good. We'll just say the weird looking guy from We're the Millers.
Yeah, but
Whatever.
he stays.
Yeah.
We'll do it live.
And then the only reason that Fitzgerald stays is because in the movie he says, "I'll pledge 300 gold coins to whoever stays," and then gives him a proper burial. And so Tom Hardy's character is like, 300 pounds, or $300. So they're like, "Yeah, I'll stay." Well, then come to find out, the sumbitch just don't die. So they're there for like a while.
It seems like,
a couple weeks.
yeah, a couple weeks at least.
And so they stay there, and then Tom Hardy is like getting anxious, and he's like, and he's so scared of the Indians because he got scalped. He is so scared of them. And he tells Hugh at one point, he looks at him and he goes, "Just blink and I'll put you out of your misery. Like, I will kill you. Just blink." And then Leonardo DiCaprio, or Hugh Glass, keeps his eyes wide open. And he goes, "Think about your boy. Think about your boy. I'll kill you. I'll put you out of your misery. It's a kindness. It's a kindness." And he never blinks. And his eyes stay open for like 2 minutes. And then finally he shuts his eyes and Tom Hardy goes, "Okay, you blinked." And then starts suffocating him. And then in the movie, Leonardo's son sees this, comes along on Tom Hardy, and was like, "Get off of him," and he stabs him to death. And then drags his body away.
Yeah. The son, Hugh Glass's son in the movie, which never existed. But
Right.
yeah.
So then you have the kid, who I am not finding a name to.
The weird looking guy from We're the Millers, dude.
But I'm trying to think of his actual character name. Anyway, he finally stumbles along and he is like oblivious to what happened. And Tom Hardy goes, "There's Indians down there. There's 30 of them. They're coming against us. We got to move. We got to move. We got to move." And the other guy is like having a hard time with it because that's his friend. This is the guy that took him under his wing, taught him how to trap, taught him how to live in the mountains, and he doesn't want to leave him. And I mean, basically gets bullied into like, either stay here or die or come with me and don't. And so he does. He leaves him. They both do. They leave him. And then this man, Hugh Glass,
tough SOB,
is so full of rage.
He's a tough son of a bitch, man.
He's so full of rage. And he's so full of the opportunity to get revenge that somehow his body just starts to heal itself.
Yeah.
And this is the real life story, too. I mean, not just.
So, what was the revenge story in real life for? Because obviously in the movie, it's about his son.
For leaving him.
Oh, for leaving him in real life. Oh, shit.
Yeah. So they didn't stray that much. They just added this aspect of he had a son.
Probably to make him more like appealing,
I guess.
Would be my guess.
Root for him or whatever.
Yeah.
So he somehow crawls out of this grave that they dug for him. And this is why Leonardo DiCaprio is just so good. Like I said earlier, in this movie, he doesn't have any lines really. He just grunts. But the way he does it, nobody else can do it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just...
Yeah, he's portraying a lot just from his facial expressions and...
Just the way he emotes himself is incredible. So anyway, this guy somehow digs himself out of this grave. And mind you, has scars everywhere. I mean, open wounds from a bear. Broken bones, probably.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
And just starts walking. Walking and walking and walking and walking. And, well, I guess in the movie, I'm sorry, he wanted to jumpstart the walk, so he dove in the damn river and had the current carry him all the way down.
I thought Indians showed up at that part, too.
I'm getting there, bud.
Or am I? Okay, never mind. I thought that's why he dove into the river, but I could be wrong.
You're talking about later in the movie.
Okay.
So, at one point, he's walking, limping, I guess, and there's like a dead elk and been picked through by wolves, and and he dives on it and starts eating everything off the bone. That is 100% true. That did happen.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I wonder if Leo actually ate it, too.
In the movie, he did. I don't know.
I bet he did. I bet Leo did it.
So they do that, and then he keeps on his journey. And in the movie, what happens is he stumbles upon a Pawnee Indian. Like, there's some wreckage or whatever, and he stumbles upon it. And he can speak Pawnee in the movie.
Yeah.
Because his son's Pawnee, all this blah, blah, blah. And this lone surviving Pawnee Indian basically says, ride with me, and nurses him back to health. How it happened historically was he was walking practically naked, barefoot, through all this shit in the winter.
Yeah.
And stumbles upon, I believe it was a Crow tribe, a friendly Crow tribe. And they brought him in and put some shit on his wounds, nursed him and nursed him and nursed him, and then he left again and went, I got to go get my revenge. Now, keep in mind, what the movie doesn't explain, and what it's hard to imagine for anybody, is that this particular journey takes months, maybe even over a year, how long it takes.
For him to get back to where...
Well, I mean, just think about it. There's
no roads.
And you don't even have a horse.
Yeah.
So you're going on foot.
Through mountainscapes. And
maybe 300, 400 miles.
Dude,
how long does that take?
We would die in the first 24 hours.
Exactly.
Saving your life.
So in the movie, he leaves this Indian, right?
Uh-huh.
They go their separate ways. And he's walking pretty good. Like, he's still hurt. But he's doing pretty good, right?
As anyone would be from...
And he stumbles upon these French white folks that are trappers. But the beginning of the movie, the Indians that are going after people are looking for the chief's daughter.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
He was not a part of that. But he happens to stumble part of, like a camp, and he's staying hidden, and there's a Indian woman that's like being raped continuously. And he sneaks up on him, slits some throats, freaking puts some bullets in people's heads, saves the chief's daughter. And they ride their separate ways. They don't go anywhere together. They just take off, right? So then he gets a horse, and he keeps going. Well, then just when you think that he's doing okay, all of a sudden an Indian tribe is hooping and hollering at him, shooting arrows at him, and all this shit.
Yeah.
And he just takes off on this horse. Goes over a mountain cliff, or like a mountainside, and falls. And he falls into some trees, breaks his fall, and he kind of comes to. Horse is dead, and a blizzard starts to happen. So he guts the damn deer, or not the deer, the horse.
Yeah.
Guts the damn horse, breaks the horse's ribs, gets naked, climbs into it to stay the night, stay warm.
Dude, so metal.
That
Star Wars did it first, dude.
that actually happened.
That is crazy.
Yeah. That's how tough this dude is. So how fueled by revenge he was.
Yeah, willing to do whatever it
So
takes.
in real life, he's fueled by revenge because they left him. In the movie, he's fueled by revenge because they killed his son.
Yeah.
Eventually, he makes his way back to camp. Somehow. Makes his freaking way back. And at this point, he's skin and bones, and he is...
I mean, he's been out in the wilderness for
Oh,
months.
and mind you, he's still got open wounds from a fucking grizzly bear attack.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And then when he shows up, they find out, oh, there's some liars. There's some people that didn't do what they said they were going to do. And so Fitzgerald, Tom Hardy's character,
Yeah.
runs, gets the hell out of there because he's scared. He's like, this son of a bitch somehow couldn't walk when I left him. And he has traveled 400 miles on foot to get me. And so he runs off.
Dude, no shit. Can you imagine seeing him walking up to you and you're like, oh shit, oh shit.
Well, you would never believe that was going to happen.
No
never,
chance
ever,
in hell,
ever,
dude.
ever. And you're in Indian territory. There's no way you're going to survive. Somehow this guy did it. And it's purely because he wanted revenge. It's purely, not that he wanted to live.
Dude, there was such a badass.
It was purely because he wanted revenge. And so Tom Hardy jets out of this camp, right? And, you know, when they get Hugh Glass in there, so then the young kid, Hutchinson or whatever
Will
his
you
name
guys
is.
pass me a beer real quick?
You bet your ass. So, Hutchinson, the captain, starts taking issue with it, saying, you said he was dead and all this stuff. This kid is, like I said, 18, 19 years old, very impressionable, very scared.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm sorry, he lied to me. They said, we don't give a shit. You're going to hang in the morning. Like, they hated him because of it. Because Hugh was such an important part of, and to leave him like that, they just couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
So while the story is mainly about vengeance, it's also hearted in forgiveness. Because, and this is true too, when Hugh gets there, he says, forgive him. He didn't know what he was doing because he was conscious enough to see it happening.
Yeah, he was aware of his surroundings.
And they were friends. That kid and him, they were friends.
Yeah.
And he said, forgive him. He didn't know what he was doing. It's not fair. So now they go hunting Fitzgerald. So here's where historically and movie gets really blurred.
Little murky.
Historically, Fitzgerald joined the army. Hugh Glass never saw him again, never got to get his revenge.
Gotcha.
It never happened.
Damn.
I watched a documentary. It never happened. And it haunted Hugh Glass to know that he could never find him or reach him or anything.
So this guy just disappears.
He disappears.
Okay.
Completely disappears. Now, however, in the movie, Hugh Glass goes after him.
Yeah.
And it's winter, dead of winter, snowy, South Dakota, I think is where they were at. And he takes a captain of the camp with him. And at one point in the movie, he tells the captain, he's like, you go that way, I'll go this way, look for, tracks and this and that. Well, the captain happens upon him first. And Fitzgerald, Tom Hardy's character, is pointing a black powder rifle at him. And they have a shootout. And he kills the captain. So what does he do? Instead of just leaving a dead captain there, he scalps him. So that it looks like...
To make it look like Indians got him. Yeah.
So then Hugh happens upon that and starts... He knows. And so in the movie, it's really cool. He takes the dead body, puts sticks on his back and all this stuff, props him up, makes him look like he's riding the horse, the captain. But you can't tell from a distance. It's just a body on a horse, right? And then he poses as the dead body on the trailing horse.
Gotcha.
So Tom Hardy fires
at the
standing body.
Yeah.
And it falls down. And he's like, oh, I got him, And he goes down there. And then...
Yeah, he basically becomes Batman or something, dude.
and then Hugh Glass, Leonardo, pops open his buffalo hide, pops him, and then they get into a very iconic hand-to-hand combat battle, and then some Indians get involved. So I'm not going to ruin the ending.
Yeah.
But the reason I think this movie is so cool is, like I said earlier, like these people literally fought to actually survive,
Yeah.
and we fight to go on a cruise. And it's a true story, and it's an important story.
Yeah.
I think, like as far as the American frontier goes, it's
basically the wild. I mean, it's pure wilderness out there, man.
these are mountain men.
Yeah.
And you're not only are you fighting the elements, you're fighting each other, and you're fighting Indian tribes, and you're fighting all kinds of stuff. And what's really cool about this story, not necessarily the movie, just the story in general, is this man was able to befriend the Indians as well as the white man and just kind of be the go-to guy for all this. He just happened to get fucked over and attacked by a bear. And then, and then people just gave up on him.
Yeah.
And talk about the toughness. The
Dude,
absolute toughness.
there is a 0% chance any of us in this room are living through a bear attack.
No fucking way.
Dude, we would have just gave up. We've been like, well, I guess that was it. Like,
Dude, if my dog bit me, I'd be a bitch about it.
yeah.
Imagine a fucking grizzly bear. Not just any old bear.
8 foot tall.
Yeah,
Long.
just claws that are like 3 inches long,
Side of your face.
ready to shred you apart.
God.
And the reason that Leonardo DiCaprio won an Oscar in this movie is his acting without saying lines.
Mm-hmm.
Truthfully, the entire movie, all he did was scream and yell and like be hurt.
Yeah.
It's a really good movie. It's an important movie about American history.
Yeah.
Like, we like to forget that this country wasn't founded on killing people and taking shit over and discovery and all this stuff. We like to pretend that didn't happen. It happened.
Yeah.
And it's important to learn about. And another thing that I learned in that documentary series I was watching about the American frontier, there's a guy, I think his name was something Copper, something. Anyway, this dude was a mountain man, and he was so good at it and didn't want to be like under employment or whatever. He was on the Lewis and Clark expedition. And then at one point, while they were going down the river, he looked at a spot and he's like, oh man, I'm just going to stay here. And he did. And then he kept coming back and he led people through the mountains and through, everything. And he was a friend to all the Indians. He knew like their sign language. Like he was, in regards, according to this documentary I watched, the greatest frontiersman and mountain man of all time. And at one point he got
Michael Jordan of mountain men.
Yeah. And at one point he got trapped with like some hostile crow.
Yeah.
And they stripped him naked. And it's like, remember that movie Apocalypto?
Yeah. Yeah.
They said run.
Run, and they shoot arrows
They
at him.
did that to him. And he outran him. I mean, he's incredible. Like, it's a really cool thing to learn about. Like, all these dudes that went through this, because we're so soft.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I like to consider myself as a hardworking, tough guy. But when it comes compared to them motherfuckers, losing toes from frostbite, still carrying on, like doing shit. No, I'm
Dude, I can't even sleep well at night if my room's above like a certain temperature. You know what I mean? Like,
Tempur-Pedic.
Yeah, man.
Tempur-Pedic beds.
But being that we'll just do a quick rundown of the movie, and now we'll just move on to some other bullshit.
yeah.
But we got Brandon Winfrey with us here
Yeah.
this
What
week.
up, everybody? How's it going?
I did want to talk about the Oscar nominations
Okay.
because this is a movie-driven podcast.
Yeah.
Have you seen these, Winfrey?
Which ones?
I mean, I didn't
The
print them
movie
out.
you just
though.
talked about?
No, Oscar nominations. We're
Oh,
done
no, I
with
didn't
the
watch
movie.
the Oscars.
It hasn't
hasn't
happened yet. They just announced the nominees.
Oh, the Golden Globes.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, actually, I want to show you something.
Okay.
Now, I did see that they
We
called
were-
out the pedophilia ring
Oh, yeah.
going on
Yeah.
inside of
Yeah.
Yeah.
the old.
We were talking about the Revenant and the rifles that they used.
Oh, your black powder.
Look at that.
We might get monetized on YouTube, but that's
This
okay.
right here.
Yeah, take 3 paces back to operate this motherfucker.
is a black powder rifle that my uncle built in probably the 60s or 70s. It's not charged, so.
Damn, dude. Look at that thing.
But that's what they were using in the mountains, man.
Jesus Christ.
So the way
You put your fucking hands.
the way you do this, right, is you pour some black powder down the barrel,
Stuff that bitch.
put a ball in it, right, and then you.
Meanwhile, while
Stuff
this is
that
going
ball
on, you got
down
the drummer boy playing.
Yeah. You also have a grizzly running right down at you.
Anyway,
That's pretty kick ass.
thought that was a pretty good prop to bring, considering the movie. That
Is this rifle? Is this rifling in
this
this?
is a 54 caliber gun.
God damn. Putting slugs out, dude.
Ready to go. Anyway, so
Well, I'm just saying because like the first muskets, they had no rifling.
Yeah, it's just a smooth
It
barrel.
just goes straight out, and you had no idea where that thing was going.
Yeah.
And that's why it makes sense when like you would line up
Oh yeah,
in
like
front of each
10
other,
feet away from
like
each
at a
other.
football game, and you just massacre each other. But when they discovered rifling, at what point did they like? Maybe we shouldn't do this anymore. Like,
Yeah.
we're getting pretty accurate at killing motherfuckers. Like,
I think the Indians took care of that.
Yeah, they were probably like, they don't stand in straight lines, so
yeah, and this bullet goes exactly where I shoot it at. Maybe we shouldn't just stand right in front of each other anymore. I don't know.
You mean back in the days when they have cannon fire?
Yeah.
Like people would be like staring down the
Civil
barrels
War,
of
The
cannons.
Civil War is exactly what I'm talking about. Like the Civil War, like they're still fighting like they did in the Revolutionary War, but that rifling they had it. And so they were just killing
they
people.
they had a repeater rifle in the Civil War.
Yeah.
You didn't have a repeater rifle in. Leading up to that
Yeah.
in a war. I will say Civil War is the greatest war of all time to
yeah.
learn about. It
Oh,
really
it's
is.
yeah,
Cut
it's
your
crazy.
leg, they're cutting it off.
Yeah, you get a
That's
Go-
so
go
wild.
on.
you get a bullet to your leg and they're like, well, it's gone.
Hey, goddammit, I wanted to talk about the Oscar.
Oh yeah,
nominations.
yeah, might be.
So I can Google them on my phone, so we get them all. The reason I wanted to bring this up is because we're a movie-driven podcast,
Oriented, yeah.
but there's a lot of controversy with this year's Oscars.
About as in like what?
I feel like you know.
Jeffrey Epstein.
Is it Leo? Is it Leo not getting nominated? Is that what you're talking about?
No, I don't feel like that's very controversial.
Okay. Well, I thought he was great in Killers of the Flower Moon, but
I did too. Okay, you know what? Let's talk about that for a second. This guy doesn't do like a lot of movies, really.
no, he's really picky and choosy about his crap.
That's what I'm saying. Like every movie he is in gets nominated, whether it's him or the movie or whatever.
Yeah, he just makes
Like he's not gonna make a rom com.
no. He doesn't have a. There's no reason for him to.
But Matthew McConaughey still will. You know what I'm saying? Like,
He's also
He's got that swagger.
yeah, man.
yeah.
He's Matthew McConaughey.
Okay, so
All right.
best actor this year, Paul Giamatti, which surprises me. By the way,
I heard that movie's really good.
for The Holdovers, Bradley Cooper, Maestro.
Yeah,
God damn it,
you're gonna butcher this.
Coleman Domingo,
I think you got it.
Rustin. Never heard of it.
Yeah, I haven't.
Cillian Murphy, Oppenheimer. We thought that was going to happen.
Dude, how did he? So he won it.
No, he hasn't. That hasn't happened
he
yet.
did win the
So
Golden
he's
Globe.
nominated.
Yeah, he's
He's
nominated.
gotta win it.
Yeah.
That
He's
is-
probably the heavy favorite.
I
That's the
assume
best
because
movie made
The
this year.
Holdovers at the Golden Globes won Best Comedy.
Yeah, it's a.
So I can't imagine Paul Giamatti is going to win. I mean, it's possible.
Yeah,
And
crazier
then-
things have
and then you
happened.
have Jeffrey Wright, American Fiction. Okay. Now we go Best Picture,
Yeah,
The Holdovers,
yeah.
American Fiction, The Zone of Interest,
I've never even heard of it.
me neither, Barbie,
Of course.
Yeah,
Oppenheimer, Poor Things with Emma Stone and all them,
okay.
Past Lives, Anatomy of a Fall, Maestro, Killers of the Flower Moon.
Dude.
So Killers of the Flower Moon did get Best Picture nom.
Yeah, and it probably deserves it, to be
Dude,
honest.
that's a great movie.
Okay,
You have seen Killers of the Flower
I've
Moon?
watched it,
here
yeah.
is what's going to get controversial.
Okay.
Best Actress. Emma Stone.
I know what you're talking
Poor
about. Okay, I
Things.
know now.
Lily Gladstone. Killers of the Flower Moon. She won a Golden Globe.
Yeah.
Annette Bening. Naiad. Carrie Mulligan, Maestro, and Sarah Hiller, Anatomy of a Fall. So the Oscars are getting a lot of heat right now because
of
Barbie
Margot.
and Greta Gerwig, the director.
Oh yeah. Why? Because did she not get nominated for Best Director?
No, she didn't. And Margot Robbie didn't get nominated for Best Actress. But what's his nuts
Oh, Ryan Gosling.
got nominated for Best Supporting Actor.
Yeah. People's champ, baby.
Here's my issue.
What? Okay.
Okay, there are categories for certain people. There are categories for lead actors. There are categories for lead actresses, supporting directors, whatever.
Yeah.
Okay? I don't like the backlash. And listen, I will never stick up for the Academy. I very rarely do. Everybody is just burning places down because Margot Robbie didn't get nominated. And Greta Gerwig, or whatever the hell her name is, didn't get nominated. Okay? Because, and here's their justification. They are pissed because this movie was made by women, for women, about women empowerment. Okay? Fine. I'm all for that. Have we stopped to maybe consider that maybe the fucking performances in the goddamn movie were not good enough to be Oscar caliber performances? I haven't seen the movie or
I
really
haven't
paid
either.
attention.
Yeah.
So like I'm coming completely unbiased. But they are crucifying.
The Academy.
No.
Director.
Fucking what's his nuts for getting.
Oh, Ryan Gosling.
They are crucifying him for it.
Why?
Because he's a man in a woman's picture.
What the hell did he have to do with the Academy?
He didn't do nothing. They are crucified, not the people that were in the movie, like
Yeah,
his
yeah.
fans. How dare he get nominated? He can't control if he gets nominated.
Yeah, the Academy doesn't give a shit.
He can't control that. And he even tweeted, he's like, I feel so bad that my fellow cast members, and you know who did get nominated, by the way, for Best Supporting Actress? American Ferrera, who is in that movie, and she's a supporting actress, and she is nominated, and she won a Golden Globe.
Okay.
So you cannot argue that this movie has gotten snubbed, because
Yeah.
it hasn't. It got nominated for Best Picture.
So is there going to be an uproar if like it doesn't win Best Picture?
Probably. Yeah, probably. Because they're
Jeez.
making it such a sexist thing. And the Academy right now, if it's in their best interest, it would have been to nominate that movie for absolutely everything. Because all they have been accused of is being racist or sexist or whatever, right?
It's a movie about a little girl's doll, dude. Like, come on, what are we doing? What are we doing here?
But you can't say the movie got snubbed. It got nominated for Best Picture, which means to some audiences it has to be good.
The hundreds of movies that
Right.
were out this year, they made the final
Right.
cut.
But the fact that Margot didn't get nominated, maybe it wasn't her. And by the way, don't act like Margot's not an Oscar winner. She won for I, Tonya, and she's been nominated a couple different times.
Yeah.
So don't act like this is just, something's being taken away from her. And then not only that, Greta, whatever the hell her name is, the director, maybe she just didn't direct that good of a movie. Is that possible? I haven't seen it. But can we not at least explore that that's a possibility?
I think that's a fucking.
I mean,
yeah, that's what you should.
to be
point
honest,
towards
like-
first.
Let's be real. It's a movie, like you said, about a fucking toy.
About a fucking kid's toy, dude.
I mean,
We're a that butt.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
but there's supposed to be a deep underlying issue about how hard it is to be a woman.
What, dude?
That's what it is. It's how hard it is to be a woman. Okay? I'm not going to comment on that. 'cause
yeah, obviously we don't know.
Yeah.
Staying away from that.
But
fuck. I mean, let's make
you don't get to You don't get to, just because your movie didn't make it, you don't get to fucking throw an outroar about it. How many movies have we seen that we're like, damn, that's Oscar contention?
Yeah.
Didn't even get a nod at all. Okay? We've seen plenty of those. So I don't like that just because it's a female cast and it's a female director and it's this and that, you don't get to just automatically be nominated for every fucking award possible. No, earn it.
Yeah.
Earn it.
But it's happened before, so they're just gonna keep going down that path.
I'm just saying, don't be mad at the Academy, because if they wanted to not have all this controversy, they would have just done it. Said,
But they
fuck it, I don't want to
thrive
deal
off
with the
that
bullshit.
stuff. That's how they get their
Let's just
money.
nominate it. And I don't know, it's just pissing me off. And I know people are gonna fucking say that I'm this sexist piece of shit and I'm this and I'm that. No, you know what I am? I'm a movie buff. And guess what? Maybe your movie wasn't better than everybody else's movie.
Yeah, tough shit.
Like,
Fucking
if
get
you
over
want to be on the same caliber of everybody else, then accept your loss.
Yeah.
Just accept it. You sucked. All right, let's try again next time. And the movie obviously didn't suck, because the movie itself did
It
get
made like
nominated.
a bajillion, it made a bajillion
Right.
dollars, and it got nominated for Best Picture. I mean, what else?
So there's no argument that the movie completely got snubbed. It didn't. But because Ryan Gosling got nominated, they're turning into this male privilege bullshit. He didn't ask to be nominated. He probably didn't even think he was going to be nominated for a stupid role like this.
Yeah, what was his role? Just hugging her?
He was Ken.
The
He was
whole
this
time?
dumb Ken.
Just fucking
I don't
walking
know.
behind her.
To be
and
honest,
fucking-
like you said, we haven't seen the movie, so I don't know. Maybe he's awesome in it. I don't have a clue.
No, but I can't stand the backlash. Stop.
yeah, well,
Maybe watch Oppenheimer. Maybe watch all these other movies that are nominated before you form an opinion.
so I heard earlier Winfrey did say you watched Killers of the Flower Moon.
Yes,
What
I
was
did.
your thoughts?
I'll tell you this. Never have I heard of that tribe before ever.
The Osage?
The Osage Nation. And now I know why. Because they got done dirty.
Dude, did I not tell you at work it was gonna be
Holy
a
crap.
crazy movie?
Dude, the fact that what really threw me off was he was married to his wife for multiple years.
Yeah.
And then at the end, tried to kill her.
Oh yeah.
And then when she knew about what was going on, he tried to play it off as if, oh, I've done nothing wrong. I'm so sorry.
yeah.
Like, I am so sorry what happened to your people. Meanwhile, he's infusing her insulin with whatever poison it was.
Yeah, it's not really stated,
And
but
murdering. And then at the trial, still going on with that fucking message that I've done nothing, I love you, baby. And then the trial goes over.
Dude, I told you it was a crazy movie,
Dude.
didn't I?
Yeah, it was insane. Like, the fact, like, they didn't just go with guns. Like, they didn't just go with guns and try to just take over with force.
Yeah.
Like
The manipulation part.
manipulation. Like, it
Yeah.
was insane.
Yeah. I knew you were gonna like that movie, dude.
Oh, man, it blew my mind. And the fact that actually happened,
He's even wilder.
it's even crazier because, like,
Hey, did the sauna suit get a little hot there, Noxie?
I'm getting a little warm. I told you I was going to wear it, though. It was a Christmas.
Hey, you did it, man.
fucking looks like Daft Punk concert.
Did you
going on.
did you just blow out your crotch, by the way? Like, what just happened there?
Well, that wouldn't have happened if you didn't buy such a cheap-ass gift.
Hey, it was on clearance, man. Give me a break. Oh my God.
Shit.
Next thing I have on my notes, or my list, what are you looking forward to in the spring?
The spring.
The spring, not winter. I like the warmth to come back.
Warmer temperatures. But also, I'm looking forward to in the springtime, the Chiefs being Super Bowl champions.
Yes,
that's what I'm looking
absolutely,
forward to. The
absolutely.
most. And maybe, and just maybe, I'll say this with the most emphasize that I can express, that we get and then never mind.
Okay,
I ain't gonna say it.
okay.
It's a movie podcast. I ain't gonna say it.
All right, all right.
Well, the movie's over. You
Yeah, you can say whatever the hell
I
you
ain't
want.
gonna say it. I ain't gonna say it.
Okay. All right. Well.
I I won't blue ball you guys, but has to do with the presidential election.
yeah.
We get a worthy opponent. That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay.
A worthy opponent from which side?
I think we all know. I think
Just
we all
aside.
know.
Just
I
aside.
think we all know what side.
Just aside.
But,
Which one? Though?
Just aside.
the one that's like not as most common when you write on a piece of paper. The opposite side of that. That one. Yeah. Let's get that taken care of.
I'm looking forward to. So we are hopefully approaching spring pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Really, just the fishing. That's what I'm really excited about.
Yeah, you country boy, you.
Well, dude,
Look at them. He's gonna go out. He's gonna fish. He's gonna do all these things. He's gonna get on the boat. He's gonna get his protein in from the fish. It's amazing.
yeah, I feel like you can't see my face because the fucking mic was in the way, and that's the money maker.
Dude, I swear I can't stop doing this Arnold impression after watching that stupid State Farm commercial.
Well, hey, tell me again. How did the dinosaurs get extinct?
It was the Ice Age.
One of the best Arnold's I've ever.
I
It is
do.
Really good. It is really.
I did. We talked about this a second ago, but I'm being vulnerable with you boys, and I'm being for real. And this might get me in trouble, but do you think I'm a sexist? Like, for real?
No,
At times,
I
maybe
think it's easy to say that in this day and age.
Okay.
Yeah, mate. Yeah,
Like,
I can
it is
agree.
so easy to say that.
I think sometimes it's mainly rooted in jokes, right? Like,
Yeah,
I'm just joking
usually.
around. So the reason I bring this up, I'm not going to say who it is, although I really want to. I know a person who's getting married soon.
Uh-huh.
And I was on the phone with him the other day, and I was like, dude, you having a bachelor party? And he goes, yeah, we're going to do a bachelorette party.
Yeah, fuck.
Yeah, what is that, dude?
Thank you.
That's
Thank you. Thank you. I said, dude, that's so lame, man. Go out with your boys. That's what
Yeah.
I said. So then his fiance, I guess I was on speaker, and she goes, oh, fuck you with your outdated sexist bullshit. Is it sexist?
How is
No,
that
that's
sexist?
been a thing forever.
Okay, thank you. I don't feel like that's sexist, right?
God, nowhere in that what you just said was sexist. You
Okay.
didn't say, "Oh, well, go do your own thing because women are stupid." You
Yeah,
didn't say
I mean,
that.
you
Yeah,
didn't say
yeah,
anything.
Say that at
Yeah.
all.
Yeah,
What are
okay.
you
So
talking
like
about?
I finished the phone conversation, I hung up and I went to my wife and I was like, that wasn't sexist, right? And
No.
and she goes, no. And I think the problem herein lies this.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like women think that bachelor parties are just consisted with going to strip clubs, cheating on them, like doing all this thing.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, I've been on a lot of them. So have you. That's just not the truth.
Yeah, most of the time it's like chilling at the Airbnb and getting drunk. That's literally it
Playing
for most of the time.
What did we do for your bachelor party?
We went gambling.
And then we went to a hockey game.
Yeah, we did
And
like.
then we went to comic book stores.
Yeah, we did.
And what we do on yours?
Fuck, we went to a couple bars in Austin and then pretty much the same
We threw
thing.
some axes.
Yeah, we threw axes and then chill at the Airbnb.
Pretty
Yeah, fuck that.
PG-13 at the most.
Yeah.
And on mine, what we do on mine? We went fucking fly fishing.
I mean, went to bars. I
but-
mean, pretty basic
There
shit.
was no strip clubs in sight on any of ours.
No.
So, and who cares if there is? You know? But
Even
that's
if there is, how is that sexist?
I don't know.
like,
That's
how
I've
is-
been struggling with it these past couple days because I'm like, I don't understand how that
Yeah.
makes me
Not that-
sexist.
I would get over that
Dating,
shit, dude. Whatever.
Yeah, but here's the issue that lies in with a word like
It's a
sexist.
buzzword. It's what they're getting fed on TikTok. and all
I
that.
agree. So here's the problem with the words like sexist, racist, homophobic, transphobic, this
Yeah.
and that. So phobia means you have a irrational fear of something.
Yeah.
Okay. So just because you disagree with somebody doesn't mean you're a cyst or a phobic. It just means you don't agree. So if, for example, and I'm not saying this is the case or how I believe or any of this, I'm just saying for an example, if you came to me and you said, hey, I want to marry a dude, and I said, I'm not really for it, that doesn't mean that I don't love you. It doesn't mean I'm not scared of you. I'm scared of you. It doesn't mean any of that. It just means that we differ in opinion, right? And that's okay. This country was literally founded on differences of opinions.
Yeah.
So when you tell people for stupid reasons like that, you're outdated, you're sexist, you're this or you're that. When you say those words, it loses its luster, which means that those words no longer mean anything. When you call somebody a racist for not being a racist, then the word racist doesn't mean anything. If you call somebody a sexist when they're not being sexist, it doesn't mean anything. It's like Winfrey said, it's a buzzword.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean anything.
Well, the people saying it, they don't even know the meaning.
No, they do it because it's popular. They saw it on fucking X. They saw it
Yeah.
on Instagram.
Like when they feel any kind of like
Opposition.
yeah, and they just throw in the buzzword.
Noxie, hit me with one.
But it is crazy how we went from Leonardo getting
what we do.
fucked by a bear to talking about
Hey man, welcome to C&D's Booze Reviews.
Yeah, that's what happens here. No, but I feel like it's an important thing to say because
no, yeah, 100%.
it is kind of horseshit. Like, and then you have to defend yourself, and that's not fair.
Yeah, that's the thing. You shouldn't have to.
Like, and also, there's nothing wrong with having
An opinion.
no, but but there's nothing wrong with having progressive values when it comes to you and your marriage or just you in general, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Having an opinion in general.
yeah, but
You know
like,
what I'm
let's say
saying?
you get married to somebody and a man and woman are like, this is how it's going to be and this is whatever.
Yeah.
Fine. But there's also nothing wrong with having some traditional values either. And it's not like I sought out to find a woman that I was like, oh, it has to be this way, you know, whatever. I found a woman that traditionally, within certain parameters of values, we agree on.
Yeah.
Whether it's Christianity or how things should be and this and that.
It's just-
But,
it's
okay,
such a-
that doesn't mean that if my wife doesn't do the dishes, I'm going to come home and beat the hell out of her.
No, this ain't the 50s right now.
You know?
But now it's such a straight and narrow path. If you deviate from that path whatsoever, you are an enemy. You're going against
The grain.
the grain, and
Yeah, but
you are now a just.
But why? I don't understand what's the point.
I do have a lesser topic that I found.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I know we're getting heavy, but dude, it's just been on my heart. And this is what we do on this podcast. This is a podcast by the people for the people.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, I'm not like trying to be a fucking
No.
sexist piece of shit, but I shouldn't be a sexist piece of shit for saying, hey, I believe in certain values. The wife that I found, mind you, believes in the same values. I didn't convert her, okay?
Here's the thing: you shouldn't have to preach that. You know, like
No, you shouldn't have to, but it fucking
shouldn't
seems
have
like you do, man.
Hey,
Well, I mean-
calm down.
I'm sorry, I'm getting heated.
Yeah, calm down.
All right. Go ahead.
So I found my new gripe in the morning.
Oh hell yeah, I'm here for it. What's up?
This might make me sound like I'm about to turn 30, and I'm fucking here for it.
Okay.
Because you know why? I found that I can't stand people in gas stations that are talking on the phone at 6:30 in the morning.
oh, dude,
I'm like,
crazy. Who are you talking to? You know
Wait,
what
no,
I mean?
time out. Like at the pump or in the?
no,
in
like
the-
in the store. Like I'm getting my coffee, and I found my new annoyance.
What, are you too lazy to make coffee at home?
Yeah, motherfucker, I am.
You have a coffee pot.
I know I do, but I like
You have a cappuccino machine.
I like Starbucks coffee.
We
Anyway,
don't have Starbucks around here.
oh,
do
but you can get them in the cans, homie.
The little glass bottles.
Oh, so the
Anyways,
pre-made Starbucks.
yeah. So I found out the other morning, I can't stand people that are talking at 6:30 in the morning on the phone. I'm like, who in the hell are you having a full-on conversation with at 6:30 in the morning?
Better be somebody
in a
in
gas
England.
station. Like this better be across the globe. They either on the East Coast or on another country, because I don't understand how you can do that, and I don't know why it bugged me so bad.
Okay, so now do you understand my gripes when it comes to gas stations in the morning?
What's your stands on gas stations in the morning? What is that?
Oh, dude, I have a lot.
Oh fuck!
When I go to the gas station, it's about 5:15 in the morning. Gas stations opens at 5. Okay,
So the workers are not even wanting to be there yet.
meaning
They're like, fuck.
meaning that I'm probably the first customer.
I mean, they're dusting the crusties off their eyes.
They're still booting. They're logging into the. Cash
And it's
register.
such an irrational anger to have, but when I walk in and the lady is like she's been up for 6 hours, like she's so excited. And she goes, "Hey, how's your day been so far?" You know how it's been. I just woke up. Don't ask me that. Give me my tobacco. Give me my candy bar. Leave me the hell alone. Like, we don't need to be having a 20-minute long conversation.
So what are you doing today? Huh?
Going to work. What do you think?
What do you think I'm doing today?
Same as every day.
It's a fucking.
What does
Wednesday.
anyone do at 5:15 in the morning, lady?
It's February 23rd.
Yeah, actually, you know what? 5:15 in the morning. You won't believe this. I'm actually going to get a cash money check from a Saudi prince. I sent him $500 in an email, and I just have to go collect it in Clearwater. Like, shut up.
Well, I thought about doing some panhandling down on the Fall River, and I think there's some gold down there. So I'm going to see if I can test my luck.
You know what? And while I'm at it, and
Just give up now.
And while I'm at it, I'm going to start my own pyramid scheme. That's what I'm going to do. You know what? Since my day was going so shitty until I encountered you, and you made me so happy, I've decided I'm starting my own business, and it's if you sign off under me, I'll send you to Mexico, and then if you get 3 people to sign up under you, they could potentially go to Mexico too. And next thing you know, I'm Charlie Manson. Yeah. Like, get the fuck out of here, man.
Dude, I don't know what. Like, seriously, though, I have no idea why that bugged me so bad. But I think it's just because I woke up tired.
Welcome to the dark side.
And I was just like, dude, I can't do this. Like, there is no chance at 6:30 in the morning, if someone calls my phone, I'm going to have a 15-minute conversation. There's no chance. I will ignore it, and then I will call you back later, because that is not happening.
What about you?
Dude, I don't even get how you're in a situation like that. Like, how are you in a situation where you need to be on the phone?
Maybe because people like him.
Not at 5 o'clock in the morning. No shot. You could be the greatest person in the world, but I am not liking you enough to call you at 5 o'clock in the morning. No shot.
That's fair.
No
Who
fucking
is
shot.
calling you?
Exactly.
I'm not getting phone calls. I just observed that somebody else was talking.
I understand.
Even then, who are you talking to?
Yeah,
Who are you
that's what
talking
I was just like, I could not believe it. I was like, and the person was just walking around the store, just, laughing and crap. I'm like,
Yeah, no.
who are you talking to at 6:30 in the morning?
It makes sense if he was like a truck driver.
Oh,
and his sense of time is just completely off.
yeah.
But if you are just a normal guy, just going to go clock in, and you get off at 5 or whatever, and you clock in at 6 or
6,
7,
whatever, yeah.
why the fuck are you ruining your day on the phone?
No,
At 5
shit.
o'clock
I mean,
in
it's
the
a great
morning
question.
That is a great question.
Why are you doing that?
Okay, what about you, personally?
Yeah, what is your
What
gripes
pisses
at
you off?
gas
Oh,
stations?
the most about gas stations?
No, just in general. What pisses you off? That's so dumb that it shouldn't matter, but it does.
Oh. Fuck. I'll say this. People, when we'll stay on the gas station trend. Early in the morning, if I'm opening a door for you, and I don't get where we got lost. Where if someone opens a door for you, you say thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
absolutely.
usually,
100%,
yeah.
100%.
Where that got lost in the transcripts of society is beyond me, but that just automatically pisses me.
You just want to
fuck
shut
off.
the door in their
Dude,
face?
I don't.
No, dude, when it happens to me, I want a Chuck Norris roundhouse kick
Oh
him,
my
dude.
god, man! If I had the little click remote, and could go back and just pause time and make sure that you understood to say thank you when a door's getting open for you,
Dude.
it's insane.
It really
And
is.
it's been happening more and more, and I
My-
don't get it.
My biggest one, and I'll tell you right now, is when I have my items in line and there's another person in front of me, and then they just start looking at the scratch-off tickets, and they're like, yeah, can I have,
Yeah, the scratch-off tickets
oh,
are the fucking
dude, the
worst,
scratch-off tickets, that shit gets me so heated.
yes.
I'm just like, can you not just stand to the side, let me do my thing, and then you can go back to your scratch-off tickets when no one's behind you?
They will buy them and then check them.
Yes.
in line.
Yes.
they'll scratch them off in line, dude. Make sure they're not walking away.
Oh,
with a
I'll do you
losing
one
ticket.
better. I'll do you one better. All right. You're in line, right? Someone buys a scratch off, Okay?
Yeah.
Fine. How about when you're in line, someone buys a scratch off, and there's 6 people behind the counter, and there's 4 registers, and only one of them's open.
Yeah, that irritates me.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, it does. And then eventually some idiot's like, okay, I'll get you over here.
Yeah.
And finally
While
opens up
there's
the
only
second. It's
one
like,
person left.
it's like, great, dude, I've been here for 20 minutes. You're finally going to open it up?
Yeah. You're the last guy in line, and then he decides to open up the
And
other lane.
listen, I don't want to, like, talk shit saying, like, you, in the customer service industry, that's tough. We get
Yeah.
it. We all worked at
Yeah.
Pizza Hut. We
Yeah.
worked at certain jobs. I understand. But the fact that you're so lazy, like you're just standing there watching.
It's just to not give a fuck. How do you not give a fuck enough?
Oh, and then you want more money. And then you want more money. You have no fucking gumption. You have no ambition. You have nothing. And you want more money because you feel like you deserve it. No, you don't. Okay?
Yeah.
All of us have spent some pretty hellacious working environments to get, to a career that we're at. And I would even argue it's not where we want to be. We're not there yet.
No.
Still working towards it. He's a goddamn war hero, this guy.
Oh my God.
No. Okay.
If you classify mopping a bathroom where 150 dudes shit a day as a war hero, then sure.
Yeah, I would
I'm all
classify that.
I'm all that.
He was in the Army. He's a veteran.
Yeah, he is that.
I was a fucking glorified janitor. That's what I was.
But you were in the military.
No.
Dude, you do this to him every time.
I know. It makes him uncomfortable.
I didn't come on here to be fucking made fun of, dude. What the fuck?
Whipper, who's your favorite professional wrestler of all time?
Rey Mysterio, dude.
Hell yeah. That's a great pick,
That is-
dude.
I didn't think it was going to come back that quick.
Oh, dude,
Yeah,
I
he-
used to be a little wrestler guy. Well, I was into it. Rey Mysterio was my favorite. I hated fucking CM Punk.
He's
Do
back.
not-
Yeah, he still
don't
sucks.
like
He's
him.
back. He's back.
Yeah, well, he can stay gone.
He just lost at the Royal Rumble last night, matter of fact.
good.
Actually, I want to talk about that a little bit.
Oh, jeez.
I don't want to get crazy into professional wrestling. Here's what I'll say. The Women's Royal Rumble last night was 10 times better than the Men's Royal Rumble, which I'm all there for. I really am.
Mm-hmm.
The girls right now, the talent that is coming through that roster is fucking insane. It really is. And it's fun to watch.
What, they're just like super skillful or
Oh, very. Very athletic, very skillful, very disciplined on what they do. It's real good. It's better than the men. It really is. It's better than the men.
hell yeah.
And and of course, the majority of them are hot, and that
Well, that helps too.
yeah, it helps. But no, for real, like these girls are, dude, they're doing things that the guys can't. Like body frame wise and stuff, like they're jumping off top ropes. They're doing things the guys can't.
Gotcha.
They really are.
Don't say that to Rey Mysterio, dude.
I would never.
yeah,
but-
Ray has something to say about that.
But they're doing some really cool things. And I would say, as far as professional wrestling goes right now, everybody's watching the women, nobody's watching the men. Honestly.
I wonder why.
Yeah.
I wonder why.
No,
Oh,
it's
yeah,
not
come on,
no,
dude.
no, it's
I
not
wonder
about
why
that.
that's happening.
No, it's not about that. It's because they're better. They're just better.
Oh, okay.
So when the men's Royal Rumble came around,
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, with the female Royal Rumble, Naomi came back. That's my girl. First time in 3 years, she finally came back, so I was excited about that. But the men's came along. It's just boring, I thought.
yeah.
It really was. It was just boring because you get like big ass dudes that are just being big ass dudes.
Just sweaty before they even come out. Like,
What is that? I meant
Why
to.
are you so
Okay,
sweaty
as
already?
a person that's not a huge WWE fan, why does their hair always look like they just got out of the shower?
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
what
wet,
is that?
It's
What's
wet
up
for
with
a
that?
reason. Do you want to know why?
Yeah, what is the reasoning?
Okay, so you can't grab it as well. It's like baby oil and like they wear baby oil over their entire body.
Okay.
So they glisten in the lights.
How am I supposed to believe
This is
that, though?
like
That's probably the most truthful answer I can give you.
like
No,
what?
I'm saying like as a fan, I see this guy coming down the tunnel, and this dude's fucking just lubricated. How am I supposed to believe that this guy just went from point A, his car, to back of the arena?
Well, that's not how it always happens. I mean, you think they're coming out of the locker room. And actually, if you want to be realistic about it, you could be like, oh, he's covered in oil. That's a good fucking move because nobody can grab him.
Yeah, but
But
it
the
just looks so
wherewithal
weird. It looks so
to
ridiculous.
Lather yourself.
I'm not going to
up
lie to
with
you.
oil.
No, it looks ridiculous as shit.
like
And their hair's always wet. And
yeah,
it's-
but like they flip that shit and
Yeah.
it's like
Oh, yeah.
spraying out and it's
And
like
they
I was like
emphasize it.
I always wondered what the hell that was because it literally looks like they got out of the shower and they're
Yeah.
just like,
Well,
oh,
maybe they did.
I'm ready to wrestle.
Maybe they did. And you know, I hate to
I
say
came
it. I
here
hate
to
to
do
say this.
something.
The one guy that has long hair that doesn't do that, I really hate to say this, is AJ Styles.
Your lookalike.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
His hair's never wet.
I'm surprised you haven't
I'll
gone as
believe
him
that.
out for Halloween.
No, I don't want to strictly out of pride.
Well, I mean, when the resemblance is there, it's there, dude.
I have no problem with AJ Styles. I think he's a great wrestler.
We'll have to get you some
but-
gloves.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we'll fluff up your hair a little bit.
Okay. See, that's exactly why I don't want to do it.
What?
No, because you're being a bitch about it. That's
I'm
why.
not being a bitch
Yes,
about it.
you are. Yes, you are. You know it upsets me, and you're bringing it up.
I didn't know that, dude. I'm so sorry.
Yeah. Why?
That is the fakest fucking apology I've
Why does
ever
that
heard.
make you so mad?
know what?
Because for a while he was very hated and nobody liked him, and they compare him to me, not me to him. They compare him to me, and it's frustrating. I'll say that it's frustrating. If you're gonna compare me to anybody, compare me to like I don't know Batista maybe or
Yeah,
Well,
because
first
of,
of all,
your physique, obviously.
You don't fucking look anything like Batista. So,
But doesn't mean I don't have the mindset or the heart that he has. Compare me to Stone Cold Steve
dude.
Austin, man. Just because I'm not bald headed doesn't mean I'm not gonna stomp a mud hole in your ass and walk it dry.
That is true.
You know,
It's one of my favorite lines he ever said.
stomp a mud hole in your ass and walk it dry.
The best part is it's like before AI happened, they like digitally created his face onto the scene of Gladiator. He's like, I'm the chief ass whooper.
No, that was back in the '90s. That
That's
was a
what I'm
commercial.
saying.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying though. Like that's hilarious, dude.
yeah. Dude, he's he's the greatest of all time.
Stone Cold?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Really?
He's probably the most famous one.
Okay, argue
Okay.
with me then.
I mean, I don't know wrestling like that.
Okay, so
I
then you
don't.
don't have an opinion.
I do have an opinion, though.
All right, let
I
me
mean,
hear it.
I know a little bit about Stone Cold, but
My guy's Macho Man, dude.
when it comes to the most, who has like the most wins?
Oh, that'd be like Ric
No,
Flair.
it's
Yeah.
Ric Flair and John Cena. They're tied.
So that's what's crazy is like it's not categorized like basketball where it's like, oh, dude, he's got the most points scored in the game. He's got to be top 5, or he's got the most wins ever. He's got to be top 5. So you would never say Ric Flair is a top 5 wrestler of all time, would you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would
Yeah.
say he's top 5 for sure.
He's just so famous, dude.
Really?
Yeah.
well, and the way he revolutionized the sport, I would say he's absolutely top 5 for sure.
Okay, well that's fair. Then I'll shut the fuck up. Now.
Dude, my favorite Ric Flair story is him in like Mexico, and he gets blasted drunk, and he wakes up with 2 girls he had no recollection about, and he had done his Ric Flair things with them, and he realized he didn't have his Rolex, so he's like, so he's like, yeah, where's my Rolex at? And they're like, you don't remember? And he's like, no, and they're like, you tipped the waiter with your Rolex, and he said, here, I have 15 of these motherfuckers. Take
that's
one.
awesome.
I'm like, dude, that is such a Ric Flair thing to do.
For sure.
But so okay, coming back on that. Skill wise though, like where was he at when it comes to just like wrestling? Like, if
Oh,
persona-
okay, sure.
Do we include the persona?
You
on the
include
top
everything.
five?
You include
Yeah,
everything.
with WWE, you have to.
You include the character, and then you include the skillmanship from a wrestling standpoint.
Okay.
And Ric Flair has to be up there.
I would say that then too, yeah.
I would
he's
say,
a money
honestly,
man.
on my list, he's probably 5.
He's money.
So, like, if you only give me 5, I would say he's probably 5.
Okay, so who is before that?
Yeah, who is your top 5? You know, you've talked about WWE so much on this podcast.
Yeah.
Who is your top 5 wrestlers?
In no particular order, I would say Ric Flair. I would say The Rock,
Okay.
Stone Cold Steve Austin.
All right.
That's 3. I get 2 more.
Yeah.
I would say probably Shawn Michaels.
Okay.
And then I'm going to do a newer guy.
Okay.
Probably Seth Rollins. I hate to say it. I really hate to say it. Yeah, I hate to say
Okay.
it, but I think tactically he's a good. Now, let me go on the women. You want me to do the women?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, women. Trish Stratus.
Oh, yeah. no offense.
That reaction must mean she's
Oh,
not very good, but
no, she's very good.
sexy.
But she is drop dead gorgeous.
She was, not only is she smoking hot, she was probably one of the first female wrestlers to actually like be taken seriously as a wrestler.
Okay.
Yeah, it used to be like they'd have like the women on like
Bra and panty matches.
Yeah, they did all
yeah.
sorts of cringy shit.
I would say Trish Stratus has to be there. Becky Lynch for sure. I mean, if we're talking top 5, that woman has done more things than anybody. So
Like OnlyFans? Or?
no, just from a wrestling standpoint.
Sorry about that.
I would say Lita has to be there. That's 3. And then we would take probably, well, my favorite of all time, Naomi.
I think I know who that one is. She had, multiple-
Amazing.
Okay.
she had like streaks of neon.
Yep.
Yeah.
Love her.
What about Sasha?
I love Sasha, but I don't think she's earned it yet.
Okay.
Oh, bold claim, dude. Bold. Tough take.
The last woman that I think has earned it, really earned it, probably China.
Okay.
Yeah, because China, forget about the porn and all that shit that she did.
I didn't bring that up at all.
Hey.
No,
It happened.
You bring me on here and
when
accuse
China-
me of that?
When China did it in the ring, when China really wrestled, I mean, if it wasn't for China, you wouldn't have had any of my list. Like,
Okay.
she was the woman that did it.
Dude, she was yoked too for a woman.
Yeah.
She
yeah,
was
but now,
shredded.
bro, but now all the women do it, so it's not like, it's not.
Dude, we should do an episode one time, one of these episodes, like where we just go over all the dumb shit WWE used to do. Like, you remember when they made like a one of their characters was a mentally challenged person?
Oh my.
Yeah. And
Or it was Beetlejuice.
no, it wasn't Beetlejuice.
Howard Stern. He wasn't on WWE.
He might have made an appearance.
I think he
but
did.
That's not who he's talking about.
No, like they literally made a character. It was a
His name was Eugene.
yeah, and
Oh my God.
like, dude, if you go back into WWE's history, they got some crazy shit they did. Like,
Okay, his name was Eugene, and he was actually a decent wrestler, but he did act.
they made him. You know what? Everyone knows what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Know the word. Just say it.
No.
He acted behind everybody else,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one.
and it was pretty funny.
Dude, they had.
Did it?
Dude, they had. Remember they made Triple H go blackface too, because he was feuding with The Rock. It's like, dude, you can't get away with that shit anymore.
No, not now, but back then it was funny.
I guess. I don't. Dude, I'm just telling
Oh,
you.
if The Rock really had a problem with it, he would have fucking said something.
Oh, he would have whooped their ass, dude.
Yeah, he didn't.
Shut
Nobody
up,
did.
Yeah.
Hey, shut up, bitch.
Dude, they used to do
Shut
this.
the
They used
hell
to
up.
do stuff in WWE where, I mean, pregnancies got miscarried, weddings got interrupted by choke slams. Like,
Jesus Christ, man.
yeah, they did all kinds of stuff that was not cool.
Like, looking back now, you're like, you probably shouldn't have done that.
No, I'm still here for it. From an entertainment value, I think it was excellent. Do I condone what Vince McMahon allegedly has going out with him? No, absolutely not. But
The most silver-haired, middle-aged white man ever.
yeah,
Seriously, dude. The most, like sweeping under the rug guy ever in any sport.
he's got a lot of money, man.
Like, oh, that didn't happen.
My problem is, well,
When
I'll get into it off air, actually,
Okay.
because I do
is
have
it about the Federation? Is it
No.
the Federation?
No, but I have a legitimate gripe about a lot of the things that are going on that would have made sense to me to call them out when it's. Anyway, doesn't matter.
Okay.
All right, yeah.
What'd you think about today's game, by the way?
The Chiefs game?
Yeah, as an outsider, you're a Steelers fan through and through.
Yeah.
Then we had Winfrey. He's, joined in with the.
No. Winfrey.
I'm a born.
He's a born again Chiefs fan.
Chiefs fan.
Yeah. Winfrey used to be my only ally being a Steelers fan.
Well, that's the downfall of the Steelers. Their ownership doesn't know how to own a team. They're investing in positions that they don't need to invest in.
Yeah.
To be
He's
honest with
hey, he's making good points here.
Like, you have a team that is capable of at least competing in the playoffs, and you're missing one position, and you've been missing it for 4 seasons now, 3 or 4 seasons now, and you know what that position is, and you tried, and you tried with that position, and you knew what you got, and then you knew what you needed to do, and they didn't do it. And I cannot root for a team that is getting destroyed by ownership. It's not the players' fault. It's not the coaching staff.
Yeah, imagine being a Cowboys
It's
fan, man.
the ownership. And I
I
can't stand it.
find it hard or upsetting, I guess, that when he bailed off of, and he has
Oh, he's
legitimate
fully
reasons.
committed.
He has legitimate reasons to be upset with the Pittsburgh Steelers. He does.
Yeah.
I find it kind of bullshit that when he fell off that to pick the hottest team in football.
No, it wasn't the hottest team in football. It's the local team in football that is closest to me.
That is true.
Like, you act like I am.
It's they are easily available for us to go
Yeah,
watch.
like, you act like I've never heard of the Chiefs before in my life. Like, we grow up around here. We're, 2.5 hours away?
Yeah, we're like 2.5 hours.
Well, with
Like-
the new turnpike, sure, yeah.
Okay, so when
I
you have exposure to that, like, you should be. That should be your.
yeah, it
Favorite
should
team.
be your team.
Yeah, but it's not.
Should be. Okay, and there's nothing wrong with that. But to say someone goes on the bandwagon.
Well, I'm not saying you were a bandwagoner. I'm just saying it was convenient timing.
Well,
Hey, he picked a good season to get in with us.
this was also the year the Chiefs were never going to go back. The Chiefs were done for. They
Talking about this year?
No, last
2
year when we
seasons.
got rid of Tyreek,
season,
it was the end of
Tyreek
the
was
dynasty.
gone.
Everything's done.
all this crap, and then you know what they do? They go win a Super Bowl. What?
What?
And guess what they're gonna do again this year? What? We're not gonna knock on wood.
Yeah, knock on wood. We don't know yet.
We're not gonna finish that statement, but we all know where it's going. I mean, to beat the Baltimore Ravens
Oh yeah.
at home
Oh yeah.
with a team that's never gonna
Hype
go
it up
back,
more, homie.
with a team that's never gonna go back, you win every single
Talk
playoff
that
game.
shit.
Outside the first round, Mahomes has never played at home. That didn't matter. Guess where he's going? Back to his home. The Super Bowl, baby.
Yes,
Let's
you
go.
are right.
Well, and I'm happy for the Chiefs, obviously.
Oh yeah, man. It's been a long time.
I can't wait till the Steelers get it figured back out, and then this piece of shit next to me.
Hey, I'm not a piece of shit. I'm not a piece of shit.
All right, okay.
I still like the Steelers, man.
You don't like them as much as you used to.
Well,
So-
I mean, it's pretty hard when you know the team is capable of winning, because Mike Tomlin, he's got to be
One of the greatest coaches of all time.
of all time, yeah. And that roster is constructed in a way where you can literally throw almost anyone at quarterback, and then you'll have a winning season. Hence why they still had a winning season this year with Mitch Trubisky
Yeah.
and Kenny Pickett.
Mason
And
Rudolph.
Mason
And
Rudolph.
Mason Rudolph. You had 3 quarterbacks this year, and still had a winning season.
Well, guess what?
Imagine if you had a dog.
when
at
we
quarterback.
when we win the Super Bowl, because it will happen.
No, it
it
won't.
will. Yes, it will.
Not with
It-
not with this ownership. No,
It
won't.
may not be in the next 4
And
years.
our bench,
It will happen again.
Our bench players suck. I'll say that.
The whole team
I'll
sucks.
say this: our bench players, the Steelers bench sucks.
When it happens
depth.
again, and we win the Super Bowl, I do not want to see you flying a terrible towel.
I will
I
never.
don't want to see you wearing
Never
a
did.
shirt.
Never did when they did win it. I'm not that kind of fan. How about that?
He's fully converted. He's come to the villain arc, baby.
Yeah.
It's okay
I'm
to
here
have
for it.
it's okay to have 2 teams. It really is. It's okay.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. I didn't just wake up one day and be like, you know what? Today is the day where I just don't like the Steelers anymore.
That's what it seems like.
Years and years of just terrible
Hey.
ownership.
Don't.
Like, you knew Ben was going out.
Yeah,
you
we all
knew
knew.
this. And
Yeah,
you
some of
wait
us stick
until
with him and some of us
you
don't.
wait until the year he retires to draft the quarterback, and you pick Kenny Pickett.
Hey, you act like I had any involvement in this. I didn't. I'm just
but
but here's what I'll say. Here's what I'll say.
Saying, you
is
knew.
it? Is
he
it?
put it in
okay,
the window.
all right.
He hung up a poster and said, "Hey, I'm retiring soon."
You left one Super Bowl team for another, and let me tell you this: when you finally win it again, it makes it that much more worth it, knowing that you weathered the storm and you sucked ass.
Okay, I
Let's
understand
talk about
this.
the Detroit Lions
I
and how they
underst-
must feel.
I understand this concept. I understand. We both understand. We're Kansas Jayhawks fans.
Oh,
we
yeah,
get
we
this.
are. Yeah,
we
we
get
are.
this. We get this. I'm a Boston Celtics fan. You know how long it's been since we sniffed the finals?
The Celtics,
The Celtics.
they got a lot of
We're
success.
going
under
over a lot of
their-
sports here. We're going over a lot of sports here, but we're just going to talk about this. Because you made a bold accusation on me. You did.
You made a claim.
You're saying I just walked up and left because I'm not winning. And that's not true. I've weathered the storm for multiple teams. But the difference between those teams and the Pittsburgh Steelers is those teams have competent owners, and the Pittsburgh Steelers don't. Their owner is an idiot. He sucks.
Well, I'm not going to argue with you there.
And
I mean, speaking of Boston, dude, talk about heartbreak. I'm a Red Sox fan.
Oh yeah, you've felt it for years.
And then we did good, and then we don't anymore. You know. Why do I pick teams that just
Want to hurt you?
Yeah,
I
they
don't know.
just suck. The only team that's consistently not hurt me, Jayhawks, man. They're always in
we
contention.
got a K-Stater over
Yeah, I
here,
can't
too.
say much about this, but
So,
You can
Oh,
be
here we
an
go.
observer, and you can at least acknowledge
I
the
don't
fact
know, it
that
seems
KU
like you-
always is in contention.
yeah. Well, it also seems like they break your guys' heart for a lot of times
the only reason why
because the
we get-
expectations are so high.
it's so different. Like, you guys expect very minimal going into the season in any sport. Like football, you expect to at least win a couple games, make a bowl game, but you never expect to win a national title in any sport. Kansas fans, we expect a national title in basketball
Every year.
every single year, and
Every
we
year.
expect that. And when you guys beat us, I think it is literally hell on earth the next day. I am so upset. And you guys make it even worse because you guys know that.
Oh, I know.
And now it's so bad now that you guys chant FKU
Yeah.
before every game. We're not even playing you. Like, why? What?
Because we're in their head. That's why.
Yeah, rent free, I guess. But I think it is crazy the fact that. But here's what I also think is crazy: the fact that Kansas State actually has contention here to beat KU in Big 12 in basketball.
That's not gonna happen.
I don't know. It might happen in the next couple of years.
Oh, but if it does, you know that all these K-State fans are gonna come out of the woodwork, like acting like they've been rooting for these fucking teams.
But it's almost like the script is getting flipped. Like,
Fine. Well, and it's probably about time.
Kansas State's getting good at basketball,
Okay.
and KU's getting good at football.
Yeah.
It's almost getting balanced.
It is happening.
It's starting some pretty heated rivalries amongst friends, even all year long.
It's kind of weird living in Kansas because we are splitted. Like if you would think of me as a person, you would think that I surely should be a K-State fan.
Yeah. It would make sense.
Yeah, because of the agricultural side and everything. Da da da. My dad coached basketball at KU, baby. We are a KU family, and it has been blissful being a KU fan, especially in basketball.
Now
14 straight championships. It's been nice. And then we sucked. But here's the thing, and you're going to find this out being a diehard Chiefs fan. Here's the thing. You can only maintain for so long. You cannot be the head of the table.
See,
you can't.
Dalton, this is the thing, though. I live in the moment, baby. And right now, this moment, the Chiefs are going to the fucking Super Bowl. And that's all I give a shit about.
And we're all excited about that. We're all excited about that. But what I'm saying is, you know, next season you lose one game and everybody goes, "Oh, the Chiefs are terrible." Because you built such a
To
standard.
be fair, we lost like 6 games this year, and I was like, there's no way. Like, the playoffs, it's going to be horrible.
But that comes with the territory. When you expect greatness, you react to a loss so much worse than you would.
Oh, yeah.
You don't expect that at all.
Oh, yeah. Like, when we lost to the Broncos this year, I was like, Jesus Christ, this is the sorriest team I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Then I got to thinking, I was like, oh, no, I've watched Matt Castle. It can't get worse. It can't get a whole lot worse. And I promise you that. When Priest Holmes is literally the only guy you have on that team, it can't get worse.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
Yeah, that's what's such a bummer about like good teams is that when you start to do bad, everybody expects so much out of you, and everybody expects. Like,
Oh, yeah.
and it does get a little visceral because I don't know, you just expect something. Like every time KU doesn't make it to the Final Four, we're like, what the fuck?
Exactly.
Oh, yeah. The expectations go through the roof, dude.
Because we're like, we always make it to the Final Four. That's what we do. That's what we do. That's what we do. But when we have one bad year, every KU fan, including myself, is like, what the fuck are we doing? You know?
Yep.
Because we're so used to winning. And the Steelers, we were like that. We were so used to winning.
I mean, it's not like you guys had a losing season. You're
no,
not going to
that's
have
not
that.
the point.
You've never had a losing season, or Mike Tomlin.
Yeah,
No.
never.
18 years, baby.
God,
And
it's
that's
the,
not
that
one
that
of
is
the craziest
that
things.
is absolutely the craziest stat in the NFL.
It's gotta be. Dude.
To never have a losing season. You know how like mathematically impossible that is?
Would you say, potentially, he's the greatest coach of all time?
No.
Not yet.
No.
And maybe never. Because Belichick has something to say about that.
Belichick.
Because he needs more championships? Is
Yeah,
that what
of
it is?
course. At the end of the day, championships is what defines you. I mean, that's just how it
It's
is.
the same thing with Bill Self. Like, Bill Self, yeah.
Would you put
he
Tomlin on the
won-
Mount Rushmore of coaches?
Oh, yeah. As an all-time coach? Yeah,
Oh,
sure.
Yeah, he's up there.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
All right. Well, we got to wrap this up.
Yeah, we
man.
got to wrap it up.
Ah,
Yeah, we've been doing it. Hey, how do you want to sign off, Winfrey?
Chiefs Lions Super Bowl, and Chiefs win. Let's go.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I
All
like
right,
that.
well, I know this episode was a little
All over the place.
yeah. We highlighted the movie.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
It's Chase's movie next week.
Uh-huh.
I hope it's a good one.
Oh, we'll figure it out.
And we are still planning on live streaming the Oscars
yes.
for sure.
Yes.
We're going to do that. So thanks for tuning in. Find us on YouTube, C&D's Booze Reviews.
Anywhere you get your podcast.
We're on TikTok too. So
And guys, thanks for all the support.
the
go
continued support.
Yeah, go like, share, do whatever you guys can. And thanks for listening, guys.
All right, man.
Yep.
All right, here's how we end it. We go cheers. All right, love you, buddy.
Love you, buddy.
All right.
Yeah, we stay thirsty all the time. It's always beer drinking weather out here.